Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles. I'm here today to talk about what I think is a very important topic if you're going to be a serious reptile business or reptile keeper. Here's the kicker. Things are going to come up in life, right? Whether it's maybe you get sick, there's a lot of that going on around now, and you just can't answer the bell. Well, your animals still need care, right? Or maybe somebody in your family, God forbid, let's hope not, but maybe somebody passes away and you have to travel for a funeral. Your animals still need cared for, right? So you got to plan for that. And I don't know if I have the best solution to tell you on how to do that. I've been very fortunate in that I have seemed to be able to leave, and I have this magical thing that happens. It's like when I'm gone, I swear to God, guys, it's great. I can leave for like a week or two, and I come back, and it's like a little magic elf came in here and just took care of everything while I was gone. I mean, I come in, and sometimes the floors are even clean. I don't know how it happens. You're probably not quite that lucky, but what I'm saying is planning is very important. And I'm going to show you, because I'm going to leave this camera running, and this guy here, I'm going to go on vacation right now. So I'm going to leave this running, so you're going to see what I'm going to figure out who this little magic elf that comes in and takes care of my reptiles is while I'm gone. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully somebody does, because, otherwise what would happen? So I'm going to go down into Tennessee. Well, it's kind of up for me. I don't know. I'm going to go into Tennessee. Oh, it is down. I'm going to go into Tennessee, run around in the Smoky Mountains National Park, check out a few of the sites, film in a few locations, and drink way too much moonshine, and hopefully this gets taken care of while I'm gone. See y'all later.
So when Matt leaves, basically I have to come in and take his role of taking care of the snakes, and I have to do that on top of what I normally do. And when you have a business, like I had a archery shop, and you always have to think of, like, when I ran my archery shop, if I had to take a week off, well, I had to plan or have someone come in and run the shop for me. And when I come in and work here for Matt, basically I'm just trying to take care of the essential stuff. I come in and feed. Usually we come in and both feed, but then if he's gone, I have to take care of all the snakes on my own, so I have to feed. So I have to go through all this, I have to log, and usually we can get done in feed night, in like 2 or 3 hours if we're really rushing. It takes me 4 hours or more by myself to do it. I'm also checking the waters, cleaning up if the snakes make any mess. That's just stuff that, even though Matt is gone, that still has to be done. And you have to plan, you have to think of, like, okay, well, if I'm leaving or have to go for some reason, what's going to happen to my snakes? Who's going to take care of them? And you might have to take a little bit of time of training someone. You have to train someone, okay, well, if this water bowl is this low, you get the water from over here and you do that. Or if you're going to start pairing snakes, you put, like, say, Zeus. Well, the Zeus goes with this one, so you'd have to take Zeus and you have to put him in here. Well, then when feeding night comes, you have to take the snakes and separate them, because it's not always the best idea to have the two snakes in the same bin when you're feeding them. But, it's something that when you're running a business, and this is, pretty much a small business, this is the two-man crew where there's just two of us doing it. It's just something that you have to keep in mind and think about. You could either, hire a friend to come over and take it up to, hey, if you come over and take my snakes, I'll give you X amount of money, Or you can have just a family member if you have a friend or someone that, can come over and do it. But it's nice having me and Matt do it to where we can take care of stuff. I don't do as best of job as Matt did, because he's here every day checking, looking at the snakes. I know most of the snakes. Since we have a feed log, it's really easy for me to know, well, this one's been, feeding on mediums, so I know I'm going to give it a medium. If you're someone new that don't know this or don't have a log to look at, you might like, oh, well, I'm going to feed this one a mouse where it usually eats, a medium rat. Well, the snake's not going to get the right nutrition, the amount of food it's going to get. Or if it's not used to eating mice, it might skip that week because it's not used to eating mice, it's eating rats. So it's always good to either have a log or the person know, tell them ahead of time. And then always be able to get a hold of. If when Matt's gone, he usually has a cell phone on him. I can either text him or I could, call him and say, hey, on this snake, it's doing this, what should I do? And then he can usually, walk me through it. It's the same thing that at the pet shop, like I take care of all the rats. The only difference is that's more of a business, and we hire people to go there and work. And so Matt doesn't really have to go in there anymore like he used to, because now we have someone that it's their job to go in and do a lot of that stuff. So it's kind of nice if I leave, Matt's still free to come here and do a lot of the work. But, Matt mostly takes care of a lot of the baby snakes. And on those ones, there's some of them that he has to assist feed. Well, he's a lot better at that for me. But if a snake, if it misses a week of being assist fed, sometimes that's good for him because they can sit there and they can settle. But that's just something that, he takes care of that I usually don't, because he's done it way more than I have. If I need to, I can. I've done it before. It's just Matt is a lot more experienced at that. But so one thing you have to keep in mind is when you're running a business, when you leave, a lot of times the business isn't going to run exactly the way it was when you were doing it. But all you need is someone to come in and just keep it running and just hopefully it doesn't, all fall apart. You just need a substitute, and that's where I come in, or Matt called me like a little elf. And what I do is I mostly clean a lot, because Matt's busy taking care of all the snakes. He doesn't really have the time. Well, I come here and I take care of the snakes. So then I usually clean up, and he usually comes back to a cleaner reptile room than when he left it, which is always nice. But so I got my job done here. So let's leave and see what Matt thinks about when he comes back.
Got a wasp in here.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh man, I am back from vacation. Let me tell you something. I think I hit, let's see, the Tennessee Moonshine Company. Oh, they're straight up moonshine, amazing. Let me tell you that, really, really good stuff. Of course, Old Smoky and the Mountain Java. I think I drink my coffee Irish every day on vacation. It was wonderful. And of course, you can't forget Sugar Land's the official moonshine of NASCAR, because we should always mix fast cars and alcohol. Really good stuff though. Anyway, I come back and here's what I find. I look around and I see that everything, for the most part, has been cared for pretty well. Everything's still alive. It's looking great. It's been well fed, well maintained. Obviously, I do know it's Kurt that comes in here and does that for me. And a couple things, guys. It's really important if you're going to leave that you do plan for that, or you have some backup plans. And for me, plan 1 is Kurt. There's a plan 2 and a plan 3. If Kurt and I are both going somewhere, Question Girl's able to come in here and handle the very basics that need to be done. But you have to plan that. It becomes so important to do so, to make sure that you are, in fact, giving your animals the proper care that they need and taking care of what needs to be taken care of. Also, don't put things on people that they're not really prepared for. I'm not asking Kurt to go pull out the red and do a bunch of service maintenance in there. That really wouldn't be fair. And the other thing I want to stress is, if you have a business partner that's going to have to pick up your slack while you're gone, and if you guys follow me a lot, you do know I like to travel. It's how I de-stress. It's a hobby my wife and I share together. So I do take 3 to 4 trips a year. Nothing too exotic, and we try to be pretty frugal when we go, so you can go experience more things. But it is something we enjoy. With that, puts pressure on my business partner, right? So before I leave, what am I doing? I'm going to go through here. I'm going to make sure all the waters are filled and everything's good. I'm going to pick up all the poops. I'm going to make sure the sheds are cleaned up. I'm going to try to do my best to make sure things are in a pretty good working order for him. So when he has to come in here and he has to pick up my slack, he's not going into cages that I haven't messed with that are a disaster that I'm just leaving for him. Don't do that. Take care of those things to make it easier for your partner. Be thankful they're willing to help you out, whether it's your partner or a friend or even somebody you're throwing a little money to cover your stuff while you're gone. Whatever it may be, if you treat them well, they're more likely to be willing to help you do it again. That's kind of the only thing I got. All right, guys, well, that's been it. And that is how we kind of take care of each other's slack in the reptile room, in the rat room eventually, and in the past, and those sorts of things. It's always good to be home, because I'll tell you, I do miss these guys when I'm gone. I can't wait to come in and see Lilith and see a lot of those things that I really am connected to. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.